Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. So tonight I'm going to be reviewing this big bottle from Harbour Brewing, their Cornish Hell's Lager. 4.3% offering, and I'll just pour it out first, see what it looks like. Oh dear. So I've come home and flipping gazebo, my brand new gazebo has been ripped to bits by the wind. It had already blown off the sides and the curtains, which were lying on the floor, so that wasn't that. At least they were protected, I suppose. But the roof, I've come down, I've dropped it all down the minute I got home, dropped it down to as low as it will go, because it's one of them that goes up and down. And the wind still battered it, and then I've looked where it's torn on a couple of the seams, and it's like, fucking hell. You know, sometimes you just think, oh, why do I bother? So, a light gold pour, good carbonation and lacing, white head on the nose. Oh, different. A hoppy light malt instead of the usual standard lager fare. So it says here, I did say 4.3%, didn't I? This multi-award-winning Hell's Lager is brewed with lager malts and the noble Saaz hop. Herbal, lemon and fresh grain aromas, which are light and crisp with an elegant brisk and dry finish, is as close to traditional Hell's as possible. Okay, let's see what it tastes like. Definitely getting the herbal. I've just had a Chinese though, so I need to give it a minute or so before I say too much. You can tell now a lot of the shops that closed, takeaways that closed, I can never understand takeaways closing. But obviously, when this coronavirus came out and they shut down everything, a lot of people panicked into closing their businesses. And now they're all open and doing some brisk trade, especially because most of the big names are still not operating. And we went to get a chinky tonight, and absolutely ages sat there waiting. Loads of people, and obviously it's good for them. They're making some coin again, and a lovely chinky. Made my mood slightly better. So I've had to come home, I've had to take apart my decking to lift the washing line up. My God, that was a job and a half. And then dig it in and bury it on the other side of the garden, on my lawn. The rats have eaten the supposedly fast killing poison, and I've put 3 different poisons down. Wilco's poison this time, and see where we go now. See if they eat now. They haven't come back yet, so with any luck the other stuff's worked. I don't know how fast it works, if it works, because I bought them waterproof ones from Wilco's and they didn't seem to work. It's funny how you buy names of, you know, branded stuff and it don't work, and then you go and get the expensive stuff and it does it straight away. Let's hope so anyway. Then I can forget about them again. Wouldn't that be nice? So this bloody wind looks like it's here today and tomorrow. 40-mile-an-hour winds again tomorrow. So doesn't do much to brighten up the mood, I must admit. I think tonight I'm going to drink this. I'm going to see what's behind me on my spirit shelf, and go in, watch a bit of TV and get drunk. Proper drunk. I just feel it in one of them moods just to, yeah, get overly drunk. And not on apple wine, although that stuff is potent. Apple juice wine, you know, if you ever make it, wow. It's I mean, initially it didn't brew, and then I put it in the orange juice as sediment, and it brewed like a swine. And now it's lethal. I had half a pint earlier when I got home because I was stressed, and I could feel it straight away. And that's a sign of something that's got some potency behind it. So, back to the game. Harbour Brewing have gone massive this last year or so. They showed up at Asda with 4 beers that I think were developed actually for Asda. Where are they? Yeah, this is one of them here. I don't know if this is one of the ones that actually brewed for Asda. Might not be. But yeah, one of them. That was one of the ones that showed up. And since then, like breweries like Northern Monk, Siren, and that, they've really come to the fore on the national stage at multiple big name supermarkets, and obviously it's good for them. Sometimes you do wonder about going too big too quickly. I mean, the thing is, with companies is to stay alive, but do it in a way where you're still making good profit, and you're not working like an idiot and making a lot less profit than you did, before you went national. Or you source some of the work out to companies who can produce en masse, a bit like Marston's bottle up Castle Rock Brewery's Harvest Pale for supermarkets. And there's another one of the Harbours there, Big Break American Pale, which will get reviewed at some stage in the future. I don't know when, because that many beers. Looking forward to going into Marks and Spencer's tomorrow. See what's on offer there, see what's new, and treat myself to, I don't know, 35 quid's worth probably, something along those lines, not too much. And a birthday coming up as well, so I'm hoping to get some beers from Ocado and that, but not that you can get on their bloody websites these days. You go to some of these websites and you're not on the vulnerable list. Oh, great. And yeah, it just drives you insane. I mean, sometimes I only want to look. I don't want to bloody buy. I just want to look at the website, and it won't let you on. And I've had it on all the big name websites. Don't think Sainsbury's. It didn't happen on Sainsbury's, but because no one can afford the beers. So the lemon's showing up a bit now. Also on the nose as well. You can get the smell on the nose. Not a bad lager though, to be fair. Different. I would call it more of a craft lager than a conventional lager. With that lemon and herbal taste and aroma, but as like all lagers, especially this time of the year, it is crisp, it is refreshing, which is what you want. Obviously not, today's not been as warm, nowhere near, but I mean, when the sun was out, it was pretty decent. Now it's gone in, and it's still got that bloody wind. And yeah, it started this morning when I was at work. What time would it be? Ooh, about 6:30 this morning it was. It started to get windy and looked like it were going to chuck it down with rain, but it held off. Yeah. Ooh. So, hitting the spot. Done a lot of lagers lately. Trying to balance up the reviews, keep everybody happy. Obviously I haven't done no wine reviews lately, but wines are, they're a bit more expensive to buy, and I'm hoping on the run up to Christmas again to get a wine selection box, advent calendar. That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, hoping to get a couple of them again. A Prosecco one as well. I mean, I did a gin one last year. 25 different gins. Some good, some not so good, and one or two potent. The Christmas one was a strange tasting gin. And it's funny going into a 3-day weekend there, and usually I'm all beans, but it's funny how a couple of little things can really drag your weekend down. Bloody gazebo, what a waste of money, especially if it's knackered now. Although I might try and get some tape and just see if that helps stop it from going any further. The seams where it has gone a little bit. It's not gone all the way through, so I may be lucky. Pain in the arse though. Can't win them all, I suppose. That's life. I didn't realise this flipping wind was going to be here today. Although I'd have thought 40 mile an hour. I'd have thought I'll get away with that. But live and learn. So it won't happen again. Yeah, once bitten, twice shy. Shan't make that mistake twice. Days when there's a wind, I'll have to take it all down. Luckily, it don't take too long to take down. But luckily, I hadn't set all the electrics up properly as well in there, because I'm supposed to be putting the hot tub in there, building a unit, and now I've come to the realisation that it can only be used in a different. It was going to be like a permanent feature, but obviously, as soon as it gets windy, I'm going to have to whip off the covers just to save them from being ruined, and then bloody turn the hot tub off. But that's life, isn't it? We all pay for stuff and then realise, maybe I've dropped a bollock. But anyway, enjoying this, going down nice. Hoping that all these kits start to do something. This lager here, I added the hops to it yesterday. It's got a better aroma now. It had a funky aroma. Not an aroma I'm common with, and but now I've just pressed it to get rid of some air like that, and the aroma's much better. The two red wines are still, that one's bubbling away, that one's stopped, and the ginger wines still bubbling away, really taking their time. Yeah, really taking their time to ferment. It may be that I bottle them both up. I'll give them another week or so, bottle them both up, and see where they go from there. I did put more sugar in though at the start, 5 kilos in each, and I'm wondering if that's the reason. But I would have thought the yeast would have turned it to alcohol by now. And it has been warm enough, especially those 2 days I put it in the gazebo. So, even now, still learning, I'm by no means an expert. No way. Be nice to be. Be nice to go to college and do a course on home brewing, and then brewing, and getting into the business of it. And brewing stuff that's, different but nice. I do feel that there's a lot of beers that are very similar. And I suppose there's only so much different you can do, I suppose. But there's varieties that have gone over the years that were amazing. I mean, Bombardier, when it was Bombardier, it's now Eagle Brewery, and when they had their Colonel's Reserve, that was a fantastic beer, and I thought it might come back, but they've got the recipe, but they haven't brewed it. And it just goes to show that there's some older beers that have disappeared. Same with Krabby's and their ginger beer. They did Krabby's Black, and that was a fantastic strong ginger beer, and that's not come back. And then if you look at spirits, Malibu Black, and it's a Caribbean rum with Malibu, so it's like 35%, but you've got the dark rum, but the taste of coconut rum. Beautiful. And my wife, she used to love vodka mud shakes, and recently Bailey's Latte and Bailey's Mocha, iced coffee latte and mocha, and they've been discontinued now. So it's strange how stuff gets discontinued. And then you see some stuff on the shelves that's vile and still sells. It's a strange world. So I'm loving this. Definitely getting the taste for it now. Definitely more of a craft lager taste than a standard lager taste. You know, it's not all about the malt. It's got that herbal and lemon thing going on. And yeah, very nice. Where you get it from? I think Astor and Morrison's both sell it. I'm sure I got that from Morrison's on a 2 for £4 deal. Because obviously it's quite a big bottle as well. But yeah, trying to come into the big lager market, which isn't easy with lagers because obviously your Carlings, Carlsberg, Corona, Peroni, Birra Moretti can rule the waves on there. But I think going in the way they're going in is the best way of doing it as a craft lager rather than going straight up against other lagers. And it's the lager. Lagers are strange because some lagers, it's like not the supermarkets but the distributors push certain lines. I mean, years ago Amstel was nothing, wasn't even around, not in the supermarkets. Now it's in every supermarket, even the likes of Iceland sell it. And it's amazing how some varieties just seem to disappear. Harp being one of them. I had that when I was in Northern Ireland. You look in this country and you just don't see it. And it does seem to be the case with certain brands fall out of favour in certain countries. Or unless there's other things behind it and we just don't know. You never know. There's always lots of politics. Nice twang to it there. It's a subtle flavouring, although just now, because I'm getting used to it, it's lasting quite long in the mouth. Yeah, not bad at all really. I wouldn't say it was a world beater, but it does what it's supposed to do, and that is it's drinkable, it's crisp, refreshing, as you'd expect from lager, and it's got that bit of an edge to it with that herbal and the lemon. So out of 5 then. Any left in? No. Out of 5. It was okay. It's different to the craft, normal lagers. And yeah. For me, I think some of the normal lagers actually win. I do find sometimes with craft lagers that they're in a rock in a hard place because you've still got to be a lager, but you're trying to battle the big names, and it's getting that taste right. Taste wise, it tastes great, but it's just I just think that some of the normal lagers are a bit more refreshing and crisp. Funny that. I always thought craft lagers are better. Out of 5. I'm going to give it a 4.0 out of 5. Yeah, it was okay. A nice big bottle as well. And I've got to go in, watch some crappy TV, probably fall asleep, and then get a bollocking. Or I'm going to come down here, get some whiskey or bourbon, and go and get drunk. But it is Friday night. And that's what we've got to remember. Whether you watch this on a Friday night, you might watch it tomorrow on Saturday. Depends if I do any uploading tonight. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you for everybody for subscribing. and listening to somebody whittle on and yak on about stuff, and hopefully make some sense, and it's hopefully interesting. And as always, stay safe and see you soon. Cheers.